Hey guys, it's Madison and welcome to another video. So today I'll be going over my Reading Rush TBR. If you don't know what the Reading Rush is, it is a week-long readathon hosted by Ariel and Raylene, and the links to their individual channels and the Reading Rush channel will be linked in the description in case you want to check those out. But the Reading Rush is basically a challenge to see how much you can read in a single week. Along with just the basic challenge to read, there are individual challenges for every day. Like they'll have an activity that you can complete and you can enter in a giveaway to win some sort of prize to be featured on the Reading Rush Instagram page. There are also 7 prompts. With these prompts, you just find a book that you want to read, and then if the book fulfills that prompt, then you can read it for the Reading Rush and earn a badge if you end up finishing the book during the Reading Rush. So there are 7 prompts in the Reading Rush, and for me, I picked a book for each of the different prompts, so that means I'll be reading 7 books in 1 week. I really hope this goes according to plan and that I can actually read all of these 7 books, but you never know what's gonna happen. I've never read 7 books in 7 days before, so this is going to be a real challenge for me, and I participated in a few 24-hour readathons, but nothing can compare to a full 7 days of reading. And I think last year when I did this, I only got through 3 days before I kind of flunked out of the challenge, so hopefully this year I can do better. Before I get into my Reading Rush TBR, please subscribe for more videos like this. The first prompt is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. My birthstone is aquamarine, so it's like a light blue color, and I have so many light blue books, so many blue books in general, so I had a very easy time picking out this book, and I chose Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. This book obviously focuses a lot on blue in the cover, so this is a perfect choice for the first prompt. And this book is basically about just written stories coming to life. There's this world where with a special pen and paper, a person can write fictional worlds that actually come to life, which sounds very interesting, and the main character is actually from one of these written worlds. One day her mother, or the person that wrote her into existence, becomes captured by these mean people, and she has to work with these scriptology skills that people use to write these stories to save her mom and save her own world as she knows it. So this book, it seems really interesting, and hopefully I can finish it during this Reading Rush. The next prompt is read a book that starts with the word the. You may think that this is very easy to do, but I had a tough time picking out a book that actually has the word the at the beginning of the title. I know that I have some books like The Last Magician, but that's part of a trilogy, and I didn't really want to start any new series during this Reading Rush. For this prompt, I chose The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is a very popular book. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it, but I finally am. I think this is about a circus that only appears during the night, and in the day it just disappears, and it surrounds these 2 illusionists that are competing against each other in these games, but the 2 illusionists don't know that only one of them can be left standing. The wording in the synopsis was kind of vague. I don't know if only one of them can become this illusionist in the circus, or if only one of them can end up alive and the other one is dead. I don't know, it sounds very mysterious and interesting, so I'm excited to read this book, and it's also one of the longer books on my TBR, so I really hope I can finish it. But just in case, I got the audiobook, so if my eyes get tired or if I just don't feel like reading this book anymore, I can listen to it instead. The next prompt is read a book based on a movie that you've already seen. One movie that I saw a couple weeks ago was Clueless, and I didn't know this at the time, but apparently it's based on Emma by Jane Austen. I really like Clueless, and the new movie, Emma, that came out a couple months ago, people say it's a lot like Clueless, and it's really funny, so hopefully I will like Emma by Jane Austen. I don't really know what this book is about, but just going off of what Clueless is about, I feel like I'm going to have a great time reading this, and this is the longest book on my TBR. It's over 400 pages long, so I hope I'll be able to finish it. And I also haven't read that many classics lately. Since school ended a couple months ago, I haven't read any classic books, so hopefully I will like this one. In the past, I haven't really been interested in classics, but I haven't read any books by Jane Austen, so I really hope I like this. The next prompt is to read the first book you touch. For this prompt, I didn't want to choose any books I have on my bookshelf because I've read majority of them, and it would just be useless to touch a random book on my bookshelf and have to read a book that I've already read before. So what I did is I went onto my Goodreads want to read list and I just scrolled on my computer until I found a random book, clicked on it, and it was The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. This book has been on my want to read list for a long time. So this is a murder mystery / young adult thriller, and I'm very interested in that genre right now. I want to read more of that. And in this book, I guess it follows the aftermath of when this group of cheerleaders at a school all end up dead. So they don't die at the same time, but they die through a series of murders and car crashes and suicides. So that's definitely interesting. I want to learn why everyone on that team died. And Monica is still caught up in her sister's death and she can't really move on. And she starts discovering secrets of the murders that could potentially uncover who's all behind this. And she discovers that no one is really safe in her town. It sounds like a very interesting story and I'm excited to read it. The next prompt is to read a book completely outside of your house. So for this prompt, I really wanted to choose a short book that I can read very quickly. And I chose one of the shortest books on my want to read list on Goodreads that actually had good ratings, and it is Imposter by Susan Winokur. This is the shortest book on my TBR. It is 270 some pages. Yeah, it is fairly small and the pages are pretty thick, but this book follows a girl, Tessa, who can manipulate DNA and she can morph into anything that she touches. If she touches people, she can mimic their appearance through their DNA, and that is obviously a very interesting topic that I haven't seen at all. And so the FBI trains people like Tessa to become undercover secret agents to solve these different crimes. So Tessa's task is to go undercover in a small city in Oregon to solve these murders. The murderer, he kills a bunch of teenage girls, so Tessa's job is to act like one of the girls in the town so that she could possibly lure the murderer into the FBI's hands and end up catching him. So that's just what I got from the synopsis. It sounds very interesting, and this book is very short, like I said, under 300 pages, so this will take me no time at all to read, and this is the perfect length for long car rides or just reading outside of my house or at a park, socially distanced of course. The next prompt is to read a book in the genre that you've always wanted to read more of. So I've said this in a lot of my past videos that I want to read more thrillers, and there's this one thriller that my mom has been telling me to read for ages. She's been like, Madison, oh my god, this book is so good, you have to read it. She just brings it up and I keep brushing it aside saying like, oh, I'll get to that later. But now, during the reading rush, I think it's the perfect time to actually sit down and read this book. And it is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. And I know that a lot of people have probably read this already, so please do not spoil me at all. I want to go into this book blind so I can get the full experience of the thriller and the mystery. My mom also said that this is one of the few books that actually surprised her, so hopefully it will surprise me as well, and that I'll fall in love with the thriller genre. And I really hope I like it. And the last prompt is to read a book that takes place on a different continent from where you are from. For this, I chose Blood, Water, Paint by Joy McCullough. This book is heavily based on the life of a famous Italian painter in the 1600s, Artemisia Gentileschi. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is a historical novel that's based on her life, and I haven't really read that many historical-based books lately. This will definitely be a huge change for me, and it's also written in verse. So you can see that there are pages, all the pages in the book look like this. They're written in verse, so this will be a very fast read, and hopefully it will wrap up the reading rush perfectly. Those are all of the 7 books that I will hopefully read during the reading rush, and I've never read 7 books in a single week, so this will be very challenging, but I'll push through and try and finish all of them. I have a lot of pages to read. A lot. The total page count for all of these books is over 2,500 pages. I have never read that many pages in a single week before. I know that the page count is split up between many different stories, so I'll be entertained for longer. It's not just one big book like It that is like half that amount. This will be a huge challenge to read all these pages in 1 week, but I have a plan. I have seen many other booktubers do this during reading challenges where they switch off between reading the physical book and then listening to the audiobook and maybe doing them both at once. I have checked out all of the audiobooks for these books at my library, so I'll have those on demand when the reading rush comes around. If I feel like I need to listen to an audiobook, if I'm driving somewhere, or if my eyes just get too tired to read, then I'll have that option. And another update for my channel is that I'll be posting more frequent videos now. This past month, I've been posting on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, but now I'll be posting videos bi-weekly. They will be released on Wednesdays and Saturdays at noon. I hope you look forward to seeing more content from me and just me talking about all of the books that I've done in different tags and reading challenges that I participate in, like the Reading Rush. Definitely look forward to my reading vlogs that I'll be posting daily the week of the Reading Rush, so look forward to that. And please subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I publish a new video. Please comment what other videos you would like me to do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.